Okay, so we should be sorted or be fixed now. Change a couple bitrate settings, the frames per second. So getting wonderful 30 frames a second. That's what we're getting now.
Yes, looking all good. I think we are
Looking
a-okay for that.
for the moment, and formation lap is on.
We're underway here for the formation lap. Prince, of course, was your pole sitter, so he's leading us away ahead of Karuma Baroque, who got P3 in the Red Bull. A good qualifying from the Red Bull team to be P1 and P3. Then KLX P4, Blurs in P5. Coolboy with an impressive P6, Deadly in 7th, David 8th, Numbnuts surprisingly all the way down in 9th, Boy Racer in then finishes off the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, both Mercedes out of the positions at the moment, P12 and P14, a bit lower than what they have been recently. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have a couple spins. We saw Tier 4 massive crash in that quick left-right in Sector 3. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see any big crashes today. Both guys have left the session, hopefully can get back in. But again, very short formation lap, so limited time for these people to. We're gonna make sure everyone's on the medium tire and there's no surprise about that.
No one opting for the different tyre. Obviously in tier 2 there was some soft tyre runners because it was meant to rain late, so hopefully with everyone on the mediums this means that there is no rain later into this sprint race, and it is all dry from start to finish as these drivers line up on the grid.
Yeah, absolutely. So it should be very interesting to see. I think we're right on board with Prince to start this race. You can see he's ready to go. Couple drivers to qualify from incorrect parking in the spot, but here we go. We're going 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they're out and away we go here for the sprint race. Prince gets a very nice start. Laz Kuma gets an even better one. He is up into the lead, is the Mercedes driver. Now, KLX is into P3, and it's been a brilliant start for the Aston Martin driver. Brake Vegan is struggling to keep his 4th place, as he does from Blurs. Badgerman Cam moves up, and Ray and T-Mac go down.
Great start there from Karuma to get up into P1 and get the jump on Prince. Just no wheel spin from him and got away perfectly, but both Red Bulls losing a few positions off the start here, and not an ideal start for them. But I don't think we'll see them go too aggressive to get those positions back, because of course this is just the sprint race. Although points are awarded, it's not as much as the main race gives you, and you don't want to ruin your sprint race, which will hurt your starting position for the main race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a brilliant start for Lars Krummer. That's exactly what he needed to do in order to maximise his chances of winning this race for McLaren, a team which desperately requires points. And again, everyone is on, and Staines is in the pits. Let's see what he's going to do in terms of tyres, but bringing up no penalties, position changes. Lars Krummer obviously up 1. Boy Racing Guy's up 3, Cool Boy down 2. Rip the Beans is up 9 positions, and we're on board with him now. He's looking like he's going to try to fight, I believe that's Tyler, in the other Alpine.
Yeah, great start from the Rip the Beans to be up 9 positions, trying to catch up to those fighting ahead of him as Cool Boy and Boy Racer goes side by side. The AlphaTauri and the Ferrari. He's not going to back out. They're going to continue side by side. And this actually allows Numbnuts to go all the way around the outside of Boy Racer, and he'll continue around the outside now. And we'll switch to the inside, but won't quite get the move done. But all this fighting is helping Rip the Beans catch right up to the back of them.
Yeah. And yeah, last Kripper goes for 168. That's not too bad. Now let's see if there's any battles. Looks like Slozo And haulers, they're looking like it's going to be a very tasty battle coming into turn 3 between the Williams Aston Martin as well as the Ferrari. And it's a brilliant, they're going to go 3 wide here, it looks like. Heading to turn 3, surely there's no crash.
They wouldn't do that. They wouldn't dare. They'll.
Well, the 2 wide.
100%. That does not work.
Slozo.
Ferrari.
And it looks like it's still going to be a drag race. Heading down to turn 4.
Yeah, but you can see the light on slow blinking there, so he's already used up all his ERS, which you don't want to do, especially around Austria. You need to save it, and you need to save it well, because if you don't, people will absolutely fly past you. So if I was slow, I would just stick behind here, save some ERS for a bit, because there's no point wasting it this early in a sprint race.
And Boy Racer Guy, he's looking on the back of Rip the Beans. Rip the Beans had a wonderful start. He's up 10 positions from P19 to P9. Prince set the fastest lap at a 1.6.
He's actually taken the lead.
And he has to.
At some point.
Well, we must have missed that. Well, he's taken the lead. Sorry, we won't be able to bring that to you. We didn't bring that to you, but too busy focusing on other battles. But Boy Racer Guy is right on the back. We have a spinning AlphaTauri. I believe that is Broseph at turn 1. Boy actually a little bit too far back in the number 2 AlphaTauri. And actually, it looks like Rip the Beans is going to try to get a move done on Tyler, the reigning Tier 1 champion from Season 2. It's a lovely move, is it not, from the Alfa Romeo driver. Now, Tyler's look like he should try to scrap back at him, but won't be able to, and that red light is flashing on the back of the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, indeed. He might have gotten past him, but now he's got to defend against him, and he's got nearly 100% ERS as numbnuts, so he's used it a lot better than what Rip the Beans has. And I don't know if Rip the Beans is going to be able to defend for him too long, because with DRS and ERS, he will blast past the Alfa Romeo, and he has a moment, and he goes past, and Rip the Beans is going to the wall and lost his front wing. After a beautiful start, he's dropping right down the field, and it's happened right after they passed the pit exit out of that final corner, so now he's going to have to do a whole lap without a front wing, and that is going to be the worst lap of Rip the Bean's life.
Yeah, Lads Kuruma now is right on the back of Prince, heading into turn 4, and it looks like he might be able to go for a move. He's got DRS, heading down the back straight, goes up the inside, and Tyler plays it very nicely and keeps the lead.
Well done there from Prince to keep the lead ahead of Kuruma, but he will come right back at him when that DRS activates, and it is very difficult to drop people out of DRS, especially when it's just one person sticking behind you and no one's fighting them, and it is very difficult to drop them out of DRS range because it is back to back to back DRS zones here, and it allows the driver behind to reel them in by a lot.
Yeah, wonderful. And I feel like Austria is probably one of the best tracks on the INTERS calendar to put a sprint race. The amount of overtaking you can do, the amount of ERS management you have to do is quite important, as Rip has gone to the pits. He's currently P17 and will go into P19, maybe Staines. And we've got a spinning McLaren. Looks like it is Ray. He has spun turn 1 and he's going to get overtaken by T-Mag and Broseph, so not too good for the Mercedes driver right there.
Yeah, not good at all. Mercedes having a bit of a struggle in 13th and 18th, so not ideal from them, but obviously just a sprint race, so you can come back in the main race. But last Kuruma is still sitting on the back of Prince. Got close, but not close enough to make a move, and he's just going to sit back and bide his time behind the Red Bull and try to make this move at the perfect time. Doesn't. If he goes past him now, it probably won't be long before Prince gets him back again, so he's going to have to time this overtake absolutely perfect if he wants to win this sprint.
Also, KLX is actually leading the first of 2 DRS chains. KLX has got a DRS chain from himself at P3 all the way down to Coolboy in P7. So that will be very interesting. And then there's one. Yeah, Slozo all the way down. Hayden Rogers got himself a 3-second time penalty for track limits.
Broke Vegan going side by side with KLX now into turn 4, and he's pushing him right to the inside. Is KLX making sure he's going to make this overtake nice and difficult. And
And that
he's
can be very
getting
good. A
into really
brilliant exit from
stuff.
KLX.
And he gets the traction down beautifully and holds on to that podium position for the time being. But Broke is not giving up. He's saved his tyres, saved his ERS, and he wants to get past this Aston Martin.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is exactly what they're going to want to do.
Back in front, Las Karuma trying to bring the gap down to Prince as they enter lap 8 now. It's just under half a second between these two drivers, and
Yeah.
Karuma's going to have 2 more DRS zones after that first
And
one
actually,
to
he
try and
looks
get
like he
this
hasn't
done.
not actually too bad of a run, has the McLaren driver. He needs to get very close, not using any of that overtake, and both drivers still got plenty of ERS available. And
Just looks like they're trying to save it at the moment. Trying to save that ERS so they can make a last lap charge to get the position. They're both trying to play the mental game here, play the long game, and get them on later in the race. Further behind, Cool
and
Boy
Cool Boy and Jedley, they're having a nice little battle.
56.
Jedley gets the move done and dusted, but Cool Boy looks like he's going to try to scrap back as soon as possible.
Hayden Rogers is now going side by side with Sloso, and he's losing positions. The Ferrari of Janko goes around the outside of him. They're going to continue side by side. He's going to go right around the outside and get the move
Very
done.
nice
Good move from the Ferrari, man.
Very, very nice move. Is that in the second Ferrari, both Ferraris making the moves. Now remember, points are given to the top 8 positions here, and Tyler will get himself 1 point if it stands like this. We've got a spinning Haas. It looks like it may be Hayden Rogers. No, it isn't. It's another Haas. No, it's Staines. Sorry, it is Staines. It's Staines.
Staines has actually led to a D.
Staines
now.
and Lance Krummer has got the move done, has he? No, these two are battling, heading down to it, and Tyler's just going to buy his time, buy the ERS, and look to make a move late off. Now to Rocco, being a Tier 1 race winner in 2 different seasons, how important is it to manage your ERS, especially around this track?
It is very important, especially around a track like this. You want a lot of ERS because having that extra ERS will just give you that boost you need down the straight to get past. Although DRS works and it is very helpful, it is still very difficult to overtake without that extra ERS. And it looks like Krumah has now pulled the pin. He's using all his ERS to drop Prince now, and he's going to try and pull him outside the 1 second gap. But if it does not work for him, he'll be in a sitting duck compared to Prince, and I think he might have pulled this pin a bit too early. Yeah, because it's only sitting at 6 seconds. Broke Vegan and Kayla's are having a ding-dong battle heading to turn 3. And this allows Blurs to get through. Blurs has got through. This is some Hamilton stuff right here at Silverstone in real life this year. And he may look like he could try to get a move done in turn 4. No, thinks better of it. And, well, that was a very, very nice move from Blurs there. Very smart, very tactical with how he's placed the car there. And he's deserving of P4 at the moment. Yeah, good job from Blurs to take advantage of that opportunity with these guys battling, but now he's got to make sure he's not the one who battles KLX too much and he doesn't find himself compromised. You can see just how much KLX is holding up these guys behind him, because those top 2 have pulled a 5 second gap to the rest of the field. It's very hard, especially around a track like Austria, with all these straights to keep these guys behind you, and you can see how good of a job KLX is doing in holding on to that podium.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Laz Kurma and Prince having a battle. A little bit of contact between the two. And Prince
push him out of turn 3s. Doesn't get DRS though. Prince gets DRS, and he might have it done now. Prince,
he does have it done. And with the ERS advantage, it looks like it could be game, set, and match for Laz Kurma in this sprint race. And KLX and Blurs and Break Vegan there. Break Vegan and Blurs, they're having a nice little battle. And looks like Break Vegan has the move done. But no, the Alpine scraps back at him. And keeps the move.
Oh, he had a bit of a moment.
And Break Vegan's gone through. And He's under pressure from Cool Boy.
One
Tyler
nuts.
has gone through.
He's gotten 2 in 1 there. He's got his teammate and Coolboy on that one straight, and he puts himself up into P5 and will now look to take down KLX. But onto the last lap, I think it might be over for Karuma. He pulled that pin a lap too early. He needed to wait one more and then start to pull that gap. But they're both blinking now as they're using all their ERS to stay ahead. I don't think Karuma's going to be able to get this done. You can see he tries to get on the power as early as possible, has a little bit of a moment, and he's dropping back. It's like
Cool Boy and Blur's having a battle. And then the Alpines. It's going to go 3-way. Cool Boy's in the wall. Cool Boy's in the wall. And it's going to give P5 and P6 to the Alpines. Jaco moves, and Badgerman Cam. And Jaco having a little bit of a move. Badgerman Cam looks like he's going to actually get up, but Jaco is going to send it up the inside. Is he got the move done? He's got better traction. Jaco gets the move done for P11.
Yeah. Around the final corner, Prince is going to be your sprint race winner here in Austria, and he'll be starting the main race from pole position. Karuma,
and it looks like Broke Vegan has Broke Vegan got it. No, Kalex. That's a bit risky, but...
Oh, the Alpines race up to the line, and Blurs just beats out his teammate Coolboy. And
look at this, the Williams are going to have a bit of a battle as well, heading to the line. King David, Hawes. King David will get ahead of Hawes for P9 and P10. Both Williams just outside the points in the sprint race. So, wow, that was a bit of an interesting... Ray going to try to go, but... Again, very, very interesting, and... Don't know what happened there, but... Slows are going to cross the final line. He's going to be the last car to finish out of the 20. 3 DNFs. Both Hasses have DNF'd.
Yeah, not an ideal race from the Haas crew there, with Rogers losing it on that final lap there and dropping all the way down to last and DNFing in the end too. Not ideal for him, but Hawes is your driver of the day for the sprint race in the Williams, making up, I think it was 8 positions he made up in his Williams to put himself up into P10, and I think he'll be happy with his sprint race effort. Prince wins the sprint race here ahead of Karuma in the McLaren, then KLX P3 is that top 3 remaining pretty much the same. KLX moves up 1 position, Broke Vegan moves down 1, starting this race from 4th. Blurs just beats out his teammate for 5th, Numbnuts 6th. Coolboy will start the race 7th, Boy Racer 8th, King David 9th, Hawes 10th, Janko 11th, Benjamin Can 12th, Jedley 13th, Broses 14th, Ray finishing off the top 15.
Yes, very, very nice, and should be very interesting. And it's raining, and it is raining. Oh, we've gotta love Austria. Who don't love a bit of Austria? A bit of rain, and this has just got tasty.
It has, and it has indeed. This will separate those who are good from those who are great. Like we said, the rain can really define that, but is it going to dry up again? I'm not quite sure, because this is about similar rain that we saw in qualifying, and that dried up in absolutely no time. And maybe some drivers have gone with a wet weather setup for this race. We might see some people be a lot quicker than what they were in that sprint race. Maybe the likes of KLX, who we saw had some good pace in the wet, but maybe struggled a little bit when it came to those dry conditions there in that race.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd like to take a little bit of a quick moment before we start the formation now to talk about our sponsor, w.gg, the best in-game hydration. Use code INTERS at w.gg to get 10% off. Some of the boys do use it, and we can see Prince, I believe, uses it, and he's on pole. So if you want to be like Prince, get some of your W. Use code INTERS, get 10% off. Anyway, formation lap has started. Prince is going to lead away in its intermediate conditions.
This is all around, no one gambling wets or anything crazy like that, but
no gamble.
Wonder if it will dry up or not, because it is intermediate conditions. Will it stay like this for the whole race? You wouldn't think so. You'd think it might dry up a little bit like we saw in qualifying, but of course,
And how
we won't know until later.
and how quick it dried up in qualifying. This race can change, and if you get one lap off coming in, that could be many positions. So very, very crucial that these drivers do get it right. They do play their cards correctly, and yeah, it should be very interesting to see what happens. But
Yeah,
Brocco, who's your tip? What's your podium looking like right now? Are you thinking Prince gonna get the job done? Last crew get the jump?
oh, it's a tough one to call. I think Kuruma might get it done on Prince. I think they'll remain the top two though, and we might see someone like Blurs come up and finish on the podium and get a good effort from him, or someone from the back, even like Rip the Beans, who had some great pace in that sprint race, but didn't quite get the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Now,
lining up on the grid now, Prince from Kuruma, from KLX in P3. Last time Kuruma got the jump on Prince, can he do it again? They pulled away from the grid quite a lot here, so they might have some cold tyres off the start as everyone's still forming up onto the grid. But
and I wouldn't discount someone such as Hayden Rogers in P18. He started off very nicely in the qualifying with some very quick times, so he can make up a lot of early positions. But here you go for the main event to cap off the weekend.
Ooh,
Well, might be
the
able
pause is unreal.
There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And they are out. And away we go here for the Austrian Grand Prix for Tier 1. And you know what? It's a much better start from Prince. But Kuruma might be having a bit of a move. He does get the move done. But they're battling. It's going to be 3 wide.
Oh, 3 wide. Oh, there's 3 wide in the back.
Oh my goodness. They are going 3
They're
wide.
going 3
This
wide.
is ridiculous. This is what INTERS is about. That goes up. I think KLX might get the move done on Last Kuruma. Bit of wheel banging, but Prince has survived the first bullet of the race. And looks like there's a Williams which has spun. A Williams has spun and that may have collected some other people. It has. Definitely has, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see a safety car.
Could we see an early safety car here? It doesn't appear so, but not really a good start from Broke again. Now dropping down to P5, and was already up to P3 and all over the back of KLX.
And I believe that's Ray Ray. Ray is out.
And that is a safety car.
And it is a
this race. It is a full course safety car.
It is a full course safety car. And
wow.
Oh no.
This is a very early full course safety car, wet conditions, proving to be difficult for a lot of these drivers. As Rip the Beans, after starting right down the back, was already up to 11, so he's actually in the pit, so must have some sort of damage or something there to be coming into the pits this early on in the race.
Yeah, safety car is out. And that is very, very crucial. And that is really...
You know what? He didn't have damage. He's taken the dry tyre gamble. So maybe it is drying up early. He's gone onto the medium tyres. He's ripped the beam.
And you know what? I wouldn't blame him. A poor qualifying, a poor sprint race, or a good sprint race returned to a poor sprint race. You may as well try something to get into the points. Remember, points are offered for the top 12 drivers.
Well, he's already ran wide though.
Yeah, I don't know. But remember, you still have like 3-4 laps under the safety car, so they might actually dry up quite rapidly. As you saw in qualifying, it dried up over the space of like 2 minutes.
Yeah, it did dry up very quickly, so he's going to need the rain to stop basically straight away, but you can see he's got no grip on those medium tyres at the moment, so he's going to be praying that this rain goes on this next lap, or he might be struggling on this safety car restart.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Hawes and Jedley behind have opted for the Inters. They haven't taken the dry gamble, but As you can see, Staines is actually in as well from P11. Is he going to chuck on the dry tyres? Maybe he's doing it a lap later because he doesn't want to wear the tyres as much or something like that. Or maybe he's gotten some damage under safety car, and I think he might have just picked up some damage under safety car here. Is he chucking on some dries? Or he's serving a penalty, actually.
He is serving a penalty. Jedley does get a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Deadly's actually retired in the pits.
He has replied.
No. Very interesting, and he's actually going to block his teammate here. So, interesting choice here from the Alfa Romeo crew is he's going to have to wait for his teammate. And now he's going to change back onto intermediates. So yeah, might have been a wrong tyre for Rip the Beans, or maybe he was just seeing if those dries would work, and he didn't take one before he realised they weren't really going to do much for him.
Yeah. Was it? What was I going to say? One driver who I did say at the start could be very interesting off the start. Hayden Rogers, he's now in P9. He's made himself 9 positions off the start. You know, this could be his day, you know. Wouldn't count him out.
Had a great jump to get up to P9, so good job from him. Janko's going up to P6. He's also had
King David as well. Slozo and Aston Martin has gone up a couple positions, and top 3 have not moved. What a surprise.
Yeah, these top 3 seem pretty set on where they are. They don't really want to switch and swap positions. They just want to stick where they are. But yeah, it's interesting start from a few of the drivers. But of course, we're only racing for a couple seconds before the safety car was called out, so we haven't really had too much of a chance to see any action from these guys.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, so a couple of these drivers have gained, a couple of these drivers have lost. Horse have lost a lot. And Tyler is down in P14. Not very good for him, and I would assume we may get safety car coming in end of this lap. We'll see how quick Rip can catch up to the back, but I'm confident that we will get that message come through as soon as possible.
Yeah, you'd think it would come in this lap no matter what, as it's been out for 3 laps and it doesn't tend to stay out for any more than 3 laps of the safety car, and it looks like Rip Beans is probably going to catch the back of it soon anyways. And there you go, safety car is in, so Prince will back up the pack now, and these guys will get ready to go back underway shortly.
Yeah, absolutely, and the safety car will be in this lap. Prince is going to frantically try to warm up these tyres. They'll be very cold, especially under these conditions. Driving a little bit slower than usual, so yeah, should be.
Yeah, definitely going to be quite cold, these tyres, so you can see getting every bit of temp in, but these drivers behind are going to have to focus now because he can pull the pin whenever he wants, and he has. He's pulled it very early, and he's caught Kuruma napping, and he's already pulled him out to an 8/10 gap, so a good restart here from Prince. He's already pulled him outside a second, so
yeah,
beautiful
absolutely.
Restart from Prince, but order remains sustained. Coming up to the line is actually Blurs, gets done by the Red Bull of Broken. It looks like he's got Janko all over the back of him now, and Janko might be looking for a move. Actually, Broken Blurs is going to go side by side into turn 1, and that's going to invite Jake around the outside of Broke now. Has to go off track, comes back on, and appears to be ahead, but wasting ERS is Broke to try and get Janko. These guys will go side by side into turn 3. Jake on the outside, nice and late on the brakes from the Ferrari. They bang wheels. They keep nice and close.
And very nice traction from both of them. But it looks like Jayco might be using a little bit of ERS. He does use a bit of ERS. And it looks like he'll about to get the route done, but Broke Vegan is on the inside, and he decides better of it, and we'll just tuck him behind. So Ray, unlucky for Ray, he's in the chat. Unlucky mate. Please hop in comment. Love to have a chat with you. But yeah, Broke Vegan looks.
Looking at Prince, what a restart from him. He's already pulled 1.8 seconds to Kuruma behind, and he has some sort of different pace here in the wet. He's already such a great driver in the dry conditions, but he seems to be even better in the wet, and that's what shows him the difference between someone who's good and someone who's great, and obviously he's showing that he's one of the greats.
Obviously, shows them why the championship leader, as Laz Kuruma has a bit of a moment out of the exit of turn 1. This is going to allow KLX, the Aston Martin driver, to get the move very comfortably done. Heading to turn 3.
Kuruma's going to launch one back up to the inside though, and he's going to push him right out. They bang tyres, but the traction on the outside seems to be a lot better than on the inside, but he's going to have, it's wet conditions, there is no DRS. So KLX will be up into P2 now and pushing towards Prince for the lead.
Absolutely.
It just seems that Kuruma is struggling in these wet conditions, not really gelling with the track like KLX and Prince are. The gap up to 2 seconds now for Prince, but it seems like KLX has a little bit more pace than what Kuruma does, and he's managing to hold on to Prince a bit better than what Kuruma was. Kuruma's actually got Blurs not too far behind him now, and Janko has actually got Broke literally pushing him through this final sector as he's starting to hold up a little pack behind him. His fastest lap for Prince, KLX, and then Blurs. They all set the fastest laps, and you got Broke all over the back of Janko looking for this move. He just seems to be a little bit quicker, trying to force him into a mistake so he can push himself past and into P5.
Yeah, absolutely, and a couple of these drivers kind of fall into a bit of a rhythm, but Hayden Rogers is kind of on the back of a little bit of a train here, involving King David and Broke Vegan with Jaco, all separated by only like 5/10. So that could be very, very interesting. A couple drivers have dropped off a little bit.
Blurs put himself right on the back of Kuruma, and he has some good pace hitters. Blurs, he's got the fastest lap at the moment, I believe, trading it with Prince and KLX. All three of them are swapping fastest laps after fastest laps, and it looks like Blurs has the best pace through this field at the moment, sitting just 2/10 off the back of Kuruma. Going to try to push him into a mistake here and get past. Try to do what KLX did, as he knows he has that pace advantage on him as Princess
and King David is in the pit. So is it time for the soft compound tyre, if not mediums? And I don't know, lots of people coming in.
Yep, hard
tyres. Looking very, very dry. I tell you, much quicker than what we expected. As a double stack at Williams, not too bad actually.
Everyone in, a few people choosing the mediums, but I think it might have been a lap too early. Looking at this track, it's still a bit damp out there. I get it dries very quickly around here, but it still might have been too early to make that gamble, and you might see that with some of these drivers coming out as they just cannot find grip on the track. But these changing conditions are just proving to help Prince out more and more, because now if he can come in and get those tyres changed, not lose too much time. He's actually set a purple sector 2 and he's on for another quick lap here is Prince. He could probably stay out one more lap if he really wanted to, but he's going to pull the pin now. He reckons it's time for dries, and I think we'll see the hard tyres on that Red Bull, and he'll be going to the end.
Yeah, absolutely, and most of these drivers are in. This could actually benefit the drivers who have
soft tyres at Red Bull. There are soft tyres on that Red Bull. Prince taking the gamble, and he's not going to go to the end. He's going to go on the softs, and we might see soft mediums for him, whereas all these other guys are thinking, I'm going to one-stop it to the end here.
Yeah, was it Hayden Rogers is on the mediums. So a couple people on the hards, a couple people on the medium, a couple people on the softs. Laz Kuruma is also on the softs as well in these changing conditions. So that could be very, very interesting. And DRS is now enabled. This is a very interesting start of the race, and it's only lap 9. At the start of this race, it was pelting now with the rain. Now it's fully dries.
It really does dry up quickly here around Austria, and that's just proving so. But Kuruma already putting himself on the back of KLX, and he has to use those softs to good use, because give him about 3 or 4 laps, and they'll probably be running the same pace as those hards. As the softs do not really run well on this game. They drop off very quickly and they don't feel too good after a while, but I think a lot of these drivers are looking for soft to medium strategy, or maybe the medium to softs. All those going on hards, I think we'll be trying to push it to the end. So here is Kuruma all over the back of KLX. He's going to go to the inside into the last section now. These final 2 corners, he's got to get the move done. And there you go. he'll now try to keep the gap steady with Prince and uh, possibly reel him in as he wants to fight for this win. He knows he has the pace. He's just got to put himself up there. As King David sets the fastest lap, Coolboy then sets the fastest lap. So those guys who came in that lap earlier might have actually done it right. They seem to have found a bit of positions as King David's actually found himself up to 5th place. So it does look like maybe that going that lap earlier was the right call.
Yeah, absolutely. It does look like that, and Prince and Gladys definitely have the pace for the 2-stop. Or for the... So, now... Yeah, now 2-stop. 2 or 3 stop. You would assume from now they've gone to soft and mediums?
Yeah, you would think soft to medium, they might push it out to maybe lap 16, and then probably have to push it further than that even. You're probably looking at about 18 laps on the softs, which you might have to, 18 laps on the medium, so you might have to push to lap 18 on the soft tires, which shouldn't be too much of an ask from the softs. But yeah, it could be the better strategy, but I do think the hards are good enough to the point where staying on them will probably work out well for you, especially since the undercut and being on those fresher tires doesn't really do much for you around Austria.
And
with
it's
the,
another safety. It's a safety car. No, it is a safety car.
Oh,
we do have another safety car.
This will hurt those soft tire runners. This will hurt Prince and it will hurt Karoo as they're on the softs.
I say
they're not going to be able to pull that gap now.
So does this bring KLX Blurs and King David back into the mix? I think it does.
It definitely does, because those soft tires, they're not gonna. They could pit onto the hards now, which I think would be the smarter choice rather than waiting it out for the mediums, as the mediums don't have that much pace over the hard tire, and just jumping into the back of this train and going to the end, because these guys behind you do not have to pit, and they will get a good margin on you when you do decide to pit and you come out through the back. Not to mention the amount of drivers you're going to have to go through and overtake. It will not be easy for them, but we'll see what these guys up front decide to do.
And they look.
Yeah, there we go. Prince is pulling it. Prince is coming in, and I think he'll be chucking on the hard tires.
But Laz Kruma has stayed out, and honestly, I think it would have done what the McLaren has done here.
There's a bit of a glitch there for Prince. He's actually he's glitching in and out of the pits now for me. I'm not sure what is happening.
Yeah, no, similar, but it looks like he'll hop out. P5, he's on another set of soft
tires though. He's on the same set of soft tires he was on before. The game has just ruined Prince there, and he's ripped the beans. Is actually DNF'd.
Oh no, he's on hard. Sorry, Prince is now on hard.
Oh, there we go. It is fixed itself out the game. Prince is 7th place on the hard tires.
And you know what? Sure this might be the correct call from Prince, you know? Because definitely has the pace. He's got 3 lap fresher tyres. This could be... I think it could be a very nice gamble from the Red Bull driver. Now, Laz Kruma, he has to make these softs work. He has to push these softs out to probably lap 21 now. Lap 21, lap 22. And he has to be 100% pace. It has to be qualifying pace from him for almost the rest of this race.
You would think he might even be having a look at soft at this point. It would be possible. It wouldn't feel great, but choosing to stay out, I don't think that was the right choice. I think the best strategy choice would have been to pit onto the hards instantly when it went to dry weather. But those who didn't choose to do so should pit now, as it is their best chance to get onto that hard tire, and they will lose the least amount of times. Because staying out
is in the pits as well.
I think he'll be going onto the hards. Don't think he has any damage or anything like that. I just think he'll be pitting onto the hard tires and trying to make this race to the end. He's chucking on the hard tires. He's decided it's the better strategy. He'll come out in, I think, P15 when Hawes passes him. Yeah, he'll be in P15.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is looking like he'll come to a very interesting strategy. It'll be interesting to see how this restart goes, because if KLX gets the jump on Laz Kruma has almost thrown away a win here.
Yeah, well, you're getting to that point where the soft tire is only a couple laps out of being around the same pace as that hard tyre, and I don't think it'll be too difficult for KLX to keep up with him. And then once Kuruma pits, he's going to have a lot of time to make up to the rest of these guys. And later might be able to pit onto the mediums and do something a bit different, and maybe that's what he's counting on here, is just another safety car.
And sorry for the viewers on the stream, there was a slight screen glitch. It occasionally happens. I apologise. But KLX is still behind, but Prince is gonna have to make up probably positions on Cool Boy and Broke Vegan off the restart.
He's going to have to get it done quick, but you don't want to be too aggressive. I think his teammate will make it easy on him, but I couldn't say the same for Cool Boy. I think Cool Boy will make him try for this P6 and to get past him. And if he gets too caught up in it, he could end up with damage, and I don't think that's what he's going to want. King David in an impressive P4 right now, and once Kuruma pits, he could be sitting on the podium. So it's been an impressive drive from him so far in the Williams to be where he is. Yeah, he's looking really good, and it'll be interesting to see what Kuruma can do off this restart, whether he can pull that gap, and once he pits, can he reel these guys back in and get some positions and still get points in this race.
Okay, so let's safety car will come in at the end of this lap then. Has it been confirmed yet? And it has been confirmed now. So
safety car in
this lap.
It's Kuruma trying to get some temp in, but you don't want to weave too much because it will wear your tyres, and being on those softs, it will wear them very quickly. But luckily for Kuruma, softs are easier to heat up, so he might that might help him a bit when it comes to pulling away from the Aston Martin driver behind him. But you see KLX just trying to not get caught out here when Kuruma pulls.
Oh, he definitely hit the back of him, I think.
Ooh.
I don't know if
Yeah,
it was
I
a
think
glitch.
he did there.
And that could be damage. Because that's a pretty
He
significant...
stayed out.
He stayed out. It was a very... And
He's
here you go,
gonna pull out the last
KLX
corner
has
here.
actually got a
He's
very
caught
decent
him off
run.
guard. Look at that.
It's a very
Look
decent
at that
run
from KLX. Beautifully
for
done.
KLX. And he may not get the move done into turn 1, but
Look at King David, look at King David behind. He tried for it on blurs, couldn't quite get it done, so he'll tuck back in behind. We'll look at Prince's Cool Boy and Broad go side by side, and Cool Boy's looking to get past the other Red Bull instead of having to deal with defending from the one behind him. And Hayden Rogers is actually going for a move on Prince, so Prince isn't actually making
That's a
positions,
brilliant
he's
move by
losing
Cool Boy.
positions, and that's not what he wants.
And Blur's got upper...
Hayden Rogers
Blur's
avoided him.
Blur's overtaking KLX. So,
Blur's...
in a net P1...
as well as King David, and he's now out of this race. So I think that one will go straight to the stewards, as Cool Boy has tapped the rear of King David and spun him around there, but nonetheless he's now in P3 as Cool Boy, net P2, and Hayden Rogers has found himself all the way up into P4, and Prince has actually dropped positions off that restart, and he's not feeling too good on those hard tyres at the moment. Yeah,
not too bad, is it? So Hayden Rogers up there as well. Prince P8. We're looking very interested to see how this goes. KLX again down to P5.
Karim has pulled Blurs outside that 1 second gap, which is what he wanted to do, but I think either way, DRS isn't enabled yet, I don't think. I think we got one more lap to DRS is enabled. I think Blurs might pull him in here, because it's at the point where these hard tyres are going to start to take the pace, and they're going to have a bit more over what those 7-lap old soft tyres have. Gap still remaining steady about 1.4, so it's still looking okay for Kuruma, but he will start to struggle on those softs.
Yeah, absolutely, and Last Kuruma really has to push it to a much bigger lead, because at the moment He's going to be P15, P16 once come out from the pit. So he's going to need to stretch these softs, really make the most of this tyre compound he's on now. And Blur's actually found himself into now a little bit of range. And Hayden Rogers going to make him move up into turn 3.
Here he goes. His lights flashing though. He's just a lot of ERS. He's on the inside of Coolboy.
And gets the move done. But Coolboy could scrap back. Who has DRS? I don't know.
It's going to Coolboy. He's on the outside here on Hayden Rogers. They're going to go side by side into turn 4.
He is, there's a crash! Oh no!
One.
Calyx is back in position!
Another incident. And I think Hayden Rogers tried to push him out there a bit, but the gap just closed and closed and closed, and not much Coolboy could do in that situation.
Yeah, again, the student's definitely going to have a look at that. But, oh, didn't look great real time for Hayden Rogers.
Prince will be loving that because that's 2 less positions he now has to make up in this race, and he can get back into the gist of things and get behind these guys and make moves as his teammates trying to make moves now as he's sitting behind the Aston Martin KLX.
Sector 3, and it looks like it is Boy Racer. No, Brosev, sorry. Brosev has spun round, and Hayden Rogers has retired from the session, and now it's Broke Regan and KLX going to turn 3. Are they going to have contact? No contact. Very clean racing between the two, and it's going to bring Jaco into the mix.
Yeah, but the traction on that outside just seems to be better. You want to be on that outside line going to turn 3. People tend to go defensive, but it doesn't seem to work out most of the time, as that outside line does give you the better traction. But Janko looking over the back of these guys trying to get something done, as there is someone off onto the grass, and I think it's Prince.
It's Prince
and Hordes.
It's Prince and Hordes.
Prince and Hordes were just in the grass there. I don't know what happened. I just saw Williams in the background skating off onto the grass, and then Prince with him.
And
it's another incident.
And this is actually bringing someone like Badgerman Cam into a very nice position to P7 at the moment for the Mercedes team. I know both of us will be loving that because we need points. We definitely need points. Again, we are not Mercedes propaganda. We're just congratulating our teammates. But Badgerman Cam, P7 on board with him now. He's looking to get a move done on Coolboy. Both Ferraris in a very nice position of P5, P6, but Coolboy may have a couple penalties by the stewards coming his way. We'll have a look at that. But Badgerman Cam could be going for a move on Coolboy into turn 4, and this could be happening. He does. He sends out the inside.
On the inside. Remember, if this is done, it will be top 5 once Karuma pits. He's on the outside. Side by side, they will go now.
No, he won't get the move done.
Oh, yeah, no way he's going to hold that. But he will stick behind. He will try to get it done the next DRS zone. Keep in mind, Coolboy still has that penalty, so all he really has to do is stick.
Actually, it could be turn 9. No, it won't be turn 9. No, should I hold back?
He's still better of it.
But Tyler is licking his lips right now because any mistake by these two. And
yeah, and Benjamin Cam is with him again. He's not using overtake because Coolboy is flashing, so he's thinking smarter here. He knows he can get Coolboy with overtake on this next straight if he wants to later on.
But you know what? It's going to be Tyler. Tyler is going to send out the inside of Benjamin Cam and maybe even Coolboy.
Surely not both of them, no, but Coolboy goes wide, trying not to be outbroken. He's going to have his exit compromised, but there's a bit of a skate there from Tyler as he tries not to lose the back end, and he's done a good job there to put himself up to P7 as Benjamin Cam just didn't get the move done quick enough and lost out in the end, so...
and Tyler spun! Tyler spun! And that could be a virtual safety car, that is. That's a pretty dangerous position, actually. And do we get VSC?
Again, I think we're okay.
No, we have not going. And far out. This race, this whole weekend in Austria has had rain, had incredible battles, spins, drama, everything. And Karuma is in. Now, it'll be interesting to see where he is going to come out. What's he put on? He's put on the medium tyre. That is the right decision. Blur's got himself a 3-second
time. 3 seconds in the lead.
And that could be crucial because Broke Vegan could actually be getting the move done and dusted. He might be trying to go up the inside of him. No. Holds it into turn 3, but will try to. And Laz Kruma is P9. Prince has got the move down on Benjamin Cam.
After being on the going through the grass, being a bit of a lawnmower in that Red Bull, skating through the grass, Prince is finding himself back through and up the field, already back into P6 and on the back of Coolboy for P5, and he's got a lot more ERS than what Coolboy has to offer. And I don't think it will be too long before Prince gets this move done and heads towards that top 4 pack.
Yeah, and these top 2 both haven't won a T1 race at INTERS.
No, and I think
and KLX only had 1 win, so we could see a brand new driver take the win with 14 laps left of the Austrian Grand Prix.
Gonna be a big ask here for Prince to catch those guys. These 6 seconds they are ahead of Coolboy. He's going to be praying for a safety car to close up to them. At the same time, I don't know if you want one, but Broke Vegan, despite the penalty, isn't waiting. He's past Blurs and into the lead of the Austrian Grand Prix.
He is, and he can now pull away because Prince has just got Coolboy, has he? They're both having a good old scrap into turn 3. Coolboy gets the move done, but it's going to be Prince. He's going to look to try and get back at Coolboy. No, he decides not wise to send out the inside into turn 4.
This KLX is all under attack here from Blurs. Blurs to see, actually he's gotten past Blurs, sorry. Blurs was the lead driver and KLX got past him straight away when he could. So now he can keep with Broke Vegan and contend for the win in this race. And Janko's going to be looking to do the same because Blurs just seems to be struggling now.
And also, another good point posted by the chat by TJ, Coolboy already has a race ban for license points. So his actions today, depending on what the stewards say, could land in some real hot water as Laz Kruma has his fast lap of the Grand Prix with a 107. Blurs and Jaco, there's a bit of a scrap, there's big bang tyres.
The exit on the outside just seems to be better, but more ERS for Janko. He's going to blast past, and then he's going to try to contend these top 3 for the win in this race. Yeah. You can see everybody in this pack wants it.
And this top 4 of them even is separated by only a matter of 2 seconds. That's how close it is. A second and a half, sorry. That's how close it is. This is how competitive INTERS Racing League is, and which is great to see.
It is very close all around. KLX tries to hold with Broke here for the lead. He's got the DRS, but Broke just has some good pace here.
And yeah, Blurs is looking to actually, he's only 3 tenths behind Jaco, so this could be very, very, very tasty.
Look, if I was Blurs here, you only have 3 seconds. It could, honestly, in this pack, it could ruin his race very much, but he doesn't have the ERS to fight these guys. He needs to stick behind for a good 5 or so laps and just save up his ERS. Let it get back up to 70-80% and then try to make your way back through the pack as they fight, and just hope that you can pull away or do something, because it's not going to do you much wasting your ERS behind them.
And Laz Kruma is setting purple lap times, but it doesn't look like it'll be enough to let alone get into the podium positions at the moment. He's only got 12 laps left to make impact. Borescar gets another 3 seconds. And for people in the chat, we will not leave Coolboy alone. We've got to give you the straight facts, and yeah, thanks TJ. We're saying straight facts here. None of this nonsense over here.
Our driver's safe from the Mercedes crew.
Yeah, but well, I'm telling you, P7 for Batman Cam actually very, very good for him. He's only 2.5 seconds behind Coolboy. Yep.
Yeah, but Karim might not be able to do it. There's 12 laps left in this race. He's 13 seconds back, averaging about a second a lap. If these guys fight up front, he might be up there right at the death of it if he keeps going the way he is. But he's going to need to push, and he's going to need to show some good pace here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be very, very interesting to see what's going to happen in these last 10 laps. You do not want to miss it. Stay tuned to this race. And yeah, Coolboy. But these top four kind of in a little bit of a war of their own. Broke Vegan kind of holding his own at the moment. He's only got 7/10ths of worth of a gap. So
Yeah, but all of them running quite low on ERS, pushing a lot. Prince behind also running low as he's trying to push back up to the back of him. And I think he knows Karuma's also coming up behind him, so he's in a bit of a sticky situation here as Prince. But all he has to do is pull in another 2 seconds within the next 10 laps and get within the 3 second mark of Blurs, and he will be in P4 and have top 4 positions as Coolboy picks up another 3 second.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, this pack, Prince actually kind of gained about a second on the lead pack. So
Yeah, he's gaining on the lead pack slowly but surely as Karuma goes past Benjamin Camp for P7 and will now head towards Coolboy. So yeah, he's showing some good pace on those mediums, and he thinks he can
challenge
push
for this
towards
win.
those ahead and do some stuff. Yeah, he thinks he can
Definitely get the win.
challenge for the win. If not, he can at least get a top 5 finish here if he keeps going the way he is. But he has to get past Coolboy, and he has to do it quick and cleanly.
And he has to also get past Prince as well, which will be a bit tasty. But Coolboy will be very interesting a driver to get past. He's one who very much fights for his positions, and you know, at times you would commend that, but at times it does land into a bit of hot water. But yeah, and Kayla's actually got to gain a couple tens on Broke Vegan. This is a nice little battle for the lead. But look, he's just saving the ERS up, trying to get the move done. We've only got 9 laps left of this race.
Yeah, only 9 laps remaining after this one, and KLX is trying to stick on the back of Broke Vegan, but he doesn't want to pull the pin too early like Karuma did in the sprint race, so that can prove costly like it did for Karuma. He wants to sit behind, save this ERS. You've got the DRS, it will gain you in quite a lot of lap. Just save that ERS and get him later on in the race, right towards the death of it, so that he cannot get that move back and done. But the problem with doing it so late is you risk not getting the move done, being too far back, and then losing out that way. But he's got to pick the right lap here, does KLX, and I'm sure he's smart enough to do so.
Yeah,
Prince actually picked up 3 seconds.
So that could hold him as Laz Kuruma is right on the back of Coolboy, heading up to turn 3.
Jesus, to the inside.
And is Coolboy going to go for it? He could be going up to the inside. He does!
Oh,
Is there a spin? No!
He doesn't.
Oh my word, that was very, very close for comfort. Very, very close.
Indeed.
But no one died, so carry on racing, people. Glass
Yeah,
Kuruma
always
is up
good.
into P6.
And the leaders are actually catching a lap car here, so let's hope it gets out of the way of all 4 of them nice and quickly. It's Broseph in the AlphaTauri, I think, which they are catching right now, so they're going to probably be right in the back of him sometime this lap, and he'll get out of the way quickly and cleanly, as he doesn't want to hold these guys up too much, as there's a yellow flag through Sector 2. Looks
And it's
like a Williams of
slow
Halls.
Williams, which is a horse. Very, very slow. Gets T-Mac, gets the move done on him. So now I would like to remind everyone that next weekend we only have one race in INTERS, which is Tier 3 at Canada, because it is in the INTERS Festival of Racing. There'll be a 100% race on at Japan. There'll be a little Gran Turismo 7 action happening. So yeah, a little bit of a week off from racing, but that's for the Bathurst 1000 and the Japanese Grand Prix, so still plenty of racing to go around.
Yeah, that should be lovely to do take a break from all this intense league racing, just have a bit of fun. But
Very
yeah,
intense.
these guys are really heating up at the front now as Janko's
And
right on the back
Jaco
of
is only
Taylor.
2 hits, and that's Kuruma got 3 seconds. That could be crucial to the outcome of this race.
And
Oh no!
I think that's fair to say that he might not be able to contend for this win now, because he definitely could have gone to that top 4 with penalties, sitting as he is, but now he's going to have to get it all done on track, and he's got 8 seconds to make just to get blurs, and I think it's fair to say the best he might do in this race is a top 5 finish if he plays this all well.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like this lead, this battle for the win, has narrowed down to 3 drivers. You got Broke Vegan and Jaco makes a move. Bit of contact between the two.
Oh, and they have contact again as Kalex hits the back of him. And this is Broke Vegan's going to be loving this. And if I was Broke Vegan, this is when I use my ERS. The gap's just over a second now. Pull him out and pull him away from DRS range. There's 6 laps remaining. If you can get him out of DRS and take it easy, this race is yours to lose. And that is exactly what he is doing right now. He's using everything to drop in. There's a Haas spun around on the apex of turn 9 there. That is scary, but...
safety car.
Oh, and there's a safety car, late safety car.
Safety
and they've
car
all passed the pit entry, except for Karuma, who is going to come into the pits and chuck on what I can only imagine is a fresh set of softs.
Oh my goodness.
Cool boy behind doing the same. Benjamin Cam doing the same.
Oh my goodness. This race
is heated up
if
race.
You couldn't have thrown anything more at this race, well, the League Racing gods have just done that. They have thrown another safety car into the mix.
And everyone in that top 5 passed the pits, but luckily for them, the safety car hadn't gotten onto the track yet, so they do have time to still pull the pin and come to the pits, but they'll only go for about 3 laps of racing. Karuma has a 3-second time penalty. Is it worth making that pit stop onto the softs now? You will still come out ahead of Karuma, but you might it might not work out for you in the end. You might get too aggressive and pick up wing damage, or it just could be a bit risky. But if you're looking at Broke Vegan, he baits it a bit, but he stays out in the end.
Or I would assume all the top 5 are coming in, and they're not.
Blurs has chosen to pit.
Blurs has come in, and I think that's fair enough.
Probably smart.
But no one else has, and I don't get it.
Prince is actually going to the pits as well, but I think it's fair. The safety car's going to stay out for, I imagine, 3 laps, so they'll only get maybe 3 laps of racing left. Then most of them won't have DRS.
It's track position. That's the only reason why they're out.
Yeah, but this is one of those tracks where track position isn't that crucial, especially
so
with the soft tires behind them.
Considering they would have had a big enough gap, because Karuma's pit, but the thing is, they don't know that.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have known that the top 5. So,
it's too late to make the call now. They're stuck up behind the safety car.
So
it's going to be interesting. Blurs could still be in the chance for a win here if he plays this
Blurs,
right.
Prince. But they've got to gain 3 seconds. That's
they've been hit with a lap car in between all of them. So there's the top 3, and then there's a lap car split in P4 and down.
That is Broseph, is it not?
I do believe so.
No, Boy Racer guy.
No, yeah,
Boy Racer. Boy Racer is in the middle of him, and obviously he'll get out the way. But he'll get out the way at a very awkward time. Obviously, so if the restart to get out the way, but it's still going to cost them, maybe a second or 2, which could be crucial if you need to gain 3 seconds in only a matter of a couple of laps. But this finish is going to be very, very nice, with all the batteries being recharged back up to 100%. You're not going to want to miss this.
It's going to be very difficult to overtake when everyone around you has 100% ERS, but some mistake people do make. Even if there's only 2 laps of racing at the end, they still use up all their ERS in that first lap, and they have nothing to defend with on that second lap. Although there's only 2 laps, you still have to do some sort of amount of ERS saving. As Broseph picks up a 5-second for collision with Karuma. Has that hurt Karuma at all? Where's Broseph amongst all of this?
Actually...
he's come to a stop here, Karuma, I think. He's actually lost out to Coolboy. Coolboy's had to let him back past, but... interesting here. I don't know what is going on at the moment, but there's This is going to be interesting with all these lap cars. I don't know what Kroom is doing at the moment, but he's going very slow, trying to let the... He's just holding everyone up, and he's causing something... He's causing a big pile up here. Kroom needs to go. What's he doing here? They've all come to a complete stop.
Oh, no.
This is... Cool Boy's now up into P6 amongst all this.
Yeah.
Kroom is P7. I'm not quite sure.
It must have been
what's
illegal
happening
overtakes. Illegal overtakes is the only thing I could think of. But...
That's very odd, but that means the safety car's going to stay out for one more lap, and they'll only get 3 laps of racing.
No, it'll only be 2 laps. Two laps.
2 laps of racing at the end of this.
So, you know what? It's the 2021 Azerbaijan real life Grand Prix all over again. 2 lap little sprint at the end of the race.
Well, let's just hope that there's no Mercedes locking up, going wide, and finishing
please, no, we do not want that. For the contest's sake, for everyone's sake, we do not want that. I don't care if you're a Williams fan or anything like that. We do not want that. Matty.
Yeah, everyone else can lock up, just not the Mercedes.
Probably Matty right now is probably praying to the league gods for Badgerman Camp to run to someone at turn 1. But anyway, enough about our symbolic leader of Badgerman Cam right here, and more about the racing.
Yeah, well, the safety car should be announced in this lap, I imagine. But only 3 people on that hard tyre, but only 2 laps of racing. So you got to get past 3 people in 2 laps and pull a 3-second gap, because most of those people behind all have penalties. So.
And Jayco's got 3 lap fresher hard tyres. That could actually prove like a bit of a difference.
This could help someone like Benjamin Cam. He's on the fresh softs and he doesn't have any sort of penalty.
So this could be it's a net P4 actually for the Mercedes driver. Let's go Badgerman Cam. We're all behind you. The whole of INTERS Racing League is behind you. So yeah. And again, we don't care who you are, your race, gender, whatever. All want Badgerman Cam to do well.
And he's gone, broke.
And he
has pulled the pin, and he is away and back onto racing for the final few laps. It has actually caused a bit of a.
You know what? That could be enough to win in the race. Kayla's actually under pressure from Blurs. But
yeah, Blurs down the inside of KLX instantly pushes him out. And there goes Blurs up into P3 and already going to be looking on the back of Janko. He needs to get past all these guys on this lap so we can pull that gap.
Yes, I will check out the penalties for everyone. 3 seconds.
There goes KLX wide and Prince is through. Cool Boy is going to come up to the back of him now, but the lap car is still in the way of all these guys, and they're going to have to shift across so all these guys on the fresh softs can get through. But KLX not having fun on those hard tyres, and it doesn't look like Janko is either. Here comes Blurs, and he might try the inside here. He's not going to try the inside. He's going to try it all the way
outside.
outside.
This is the move.
He's going to go. Oh, and he's being pushed right onto the edge, and he's going to hold around the outside. Still, can he get the grip? Can he? Oh, he's being pushed out there. That would have been.
But it was ballsy. It was ballsy, and that's what we'd love to see. Prince is now in the action. This should be a very fun lap. But it looks like Brig Vegan may do it. Maybe his first career INTERS win on his debut. On his debut, not the first driver this season. Actually, this 3rd driver, if he was to do it today, to win on a Tier 1 INTERS debut this season. King David did it in Azerbaijan, and Prince did it in Imola. But
Janko is coming back at Blurs on the hard tyres. He's down the inside in the Ferrari. He's going to try.
Oh, he doesn't need this. He doesn't need this though, Janko.
Blurs is going to go around the outside. And you know what? Blurs is going to get it done either way. Oh, and he's going to give him a bit of a push there towards the outside. And Prince is going to go through. And it's now a Red Bull 1-2 here in Austria.
But the penalties could prove to halt him. Is there a spin? No. Contact between the two. Between Blurs and Janko. And they're banging with sidewalls.
Up here they go, and
Blurs has lost it.
And out of it. But Broke Vegan seems to have this one in the bag as he comes up to the final 2 corners down this Red Bull.
Broke Vegan.
His teammate following just behind him, and Broke Vegan through the final corner is going to win on debut in Austria, and it's a Red Bull 1-2 for the time being. That will change with penalties, but what a race, and look at all the cars come through.
Badgerman Cam is up to P5 with the penalties. Prince stays P4. Brilliant, but what a podium. Who would have
And you know
predicted
what?
that at the start of this race?
Looking at the positions, it goes to show that staying on those hard tyres did work out for every one of them, as they all end up finishing in the top 3 either way. But what a race that was, and what a sprint to the end. Got a bit argy-bargy towards the end, but still ended up being enjoyable in the end. As Slow So is your driver of the day here at Austria.
Yeah, wonderful. And it is... And it's the... I gotta check my stats here because I have it here. It's the 7th different winner this season in Tier 1.
That is a crazy stat. Indeed, shows just how tight Tier 1 is and how crucial consistency can be, and being that consistent driver up the top, even if you're not winning, just being up the top can be the difference between first and second in this championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Now let's have a look at the final results. At the end of the day, Brig Vegan finishes on 30 points. Obviously that changes with the whole point system, but he did well in the sprint race and in the main race. KLX comes P2 with a very nice 15 points in... no, he came third, but did well in the sprint race. Prince has done well as well. Jaco scored nothing in the sprint race, but does very well. Last Kuruma didn't get the strategy to work out for him today. Unfortunate. Badgerman Cam has done very well. He got P5. Everyone here in the commentary box is very happy about that. Tyler's done well. Blurs has done well. But yeah, a couple drivers a bit unlucky. Just gonna get the results very quickly. But yeah, what a race!
Yeah, what a race indeed, and Broke Vegan winning on debut, and I think Red Bull will be very happy with that. Continuing with their stellar form at the moment to take another win yet again in this season of Inters, and yeah, I think Broke Vegan will be very happy with that one indeed.
Yeah, absolutely, and hopefully we can get the 3 podium getters in the call.
Hopefully we can do so. Would like to have a chat to all of them. And who would have thought Broke would have been the one winning the race at the start of this? We did have KLX and Prince saying amongst that podium somewhat, but I don't think many of us saw Broke Vegan coming through and winning it. So great job from him.
Held his cool.
Yeah, I think once he got that lead, he had it sorted. He was saving ERS, saving just enough to stay ahead, but wasn't overusing it to stay ahead of those guys and pulling a gap. Used it when he needed to, and really just kept himself in the right place at the right time. And I think that's what won him this race tonight.
So hopefully these drivers can hop in.
Hopefully we can see so.
Oh no.
Ooh. Oh.
Do we have someone?
I don't think we're gonna have anyone coming to have a chat.
No. That's a bit sad. But anyway, thank you everyone for what. Oh, hold on. We have Jaco.
Oh, never mind, we got Janko. And you might want to make sure that Broke is in this chat as well, as he is new, I think. So he might not be amongst this chat, so that could be fair. But Janko, P3 that was in the end. Got a bit scrappy with Blurs at the end, but still came across to get a podium in the end. Take us through that one.
Yeah, had a bad sprint, and so I had to, prove that I was still up there, and I feel I did that. I feel at the mid part, I was gaining a lot of time on KLX and made a move, probably a bit premature. I think I should have waited a lap, but it was still okay. Not really, but we're on stream. And so yeah, the safety car came out, and you know, if the safety car didn't come out, I think it would have been a really good race. But you know, some people got lucky, and the top three at that time, you know, we took a shot in the dark, and it nearly worked out for some of us. But yeah, it was a good race nonetheless. Yeah, a bit scrappy at the end, like you said, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely got a bit scrappy at the end, but yeah, it was a great race. Seeing that safety car come out, did you think about the softs at all, or was it hard tires to the end no matter what for you?
I was definitely contemplating that soft tires are going to be so much more better, but like I couldn't predict that people behind me were gonna like if they pitted, sorry, if they didn't pit, I would have to go through all of them and then go through, and so it's like a 50-50. And then when old mate stayed out, broke vegan, I'm like, well, I have to follow him because, I mean, surely we just work together and we stay ahead. But yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, interesting indeed. Any questions from you, Scotty?
No, absolutely. Well done today, and it was a bit of a gamble at the end, but it paid off. Congratulations on the podium.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for the commentary.
No problem. And we've got KLX in the call. KLX, very nice from you today, and nice podium.
Lads, how are we?
We are flying.
Yeah, bit of a hectic race. Constantly racing. Shut up, you dog. Yeah, it was good racing. Good racing.
Yeah, wonderful. Again, going on to the, especially at the start of the race, I think everyone's kind of missed it, but going from the intermediates to the hard tyres you went on, was that like a difficult call to judge where you're going to have to pit?
Well, the track was drying up very, very quickly, but I was just kind of following what Prince was doing, in all honesty. But yeah, just made the decision. Jeff told me to pit as well, so that was about time, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever,
absolutely.
you guys.
Yeah, and at the end there, what was your game plan thinking into the last like 2 lap little sprint? Are you like, hey, just trying to hold position, or am I trying to get moves done?
Yeah, well, I was thinking of holding position behind the vegan. Not really sure. Yeah, was gonna hold back, and then suddenly a red car just absolutely blazes down on me, and from there on, I couldn't challenge the win because I wasn't second. So yeah, just absolutely. I think that was a bit of a sketchy move from Jaco. I think I might be reporting that as well to get P2. And I definitely think I could have won today.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining us in the commentary box. Very much appreciated, and congratulations on the podium. Much needed points to Aston Martin.
Yeah, thank you guys. Aston
good.
Martin.
Anyway, well, Brocco, very, very nice race today. Very interesting. We had wet at the start of qualifying, then it turned to dry sprint race. We had a wet to dry main race. We had it all today, safety cars, penalties, everything. And, well, we're excited for a weekend off. And then we go back again at the Netherlands for Zandvoort.
Yeah, definitely think I need a break after that one, but yeah, it'll be a good week's break and then back at it for Netherlands, and hopefully we can have just as much entertainment there as we did this time around.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you very much, everyone, for watching today's stream. Remember to check out w.gg. Use code INTERS to get 10% off your order. I've been Scotty, he's been Brocco, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks for the Netherlands. Thank you.